Hey guys, it's Saga from TechWorks. Xiaomi's Mi A1 has got an amazing set of dual cameras. But does it have what it takes to compete with the dual cameras on the Moto X4? That is exactly what we are going to try and find out in this video. I have compared Mi A1's camera with a lot of other smartphones in the last few months, and it has been holding up pretty well. So I'm really interested in finding out how this comparison goes. But before we get further, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the amazing videos coming up on this channel. Taking a quick look at the camera specs on both these phones. Mi A1 packs in dual 12MP cameras with face detect autofocus and dual tone flash. One has a regular 26mm wide-angle lens and an aperture of f2.2, while the other has a 50mm telephoto lens with an aperture of f2.6. Moto X4 also has dual cameras, one of which has a 12MP sensor with f2.2 aperture and a normal field of view, and the second one has a 8MP sensor and an ultra-wide-angle lens with 120° field of view. None of these phones have optical image stabilization, and both can shoot 4K videos at 30 frames per second. At the front, Mi A1 has a 5MP camera with f2.2 aperture, while on the X4 you get a 16MP camera with f2.2 aperture and a dedicated front-facing flash. On both the phones, you can use either of the lenses while clicking images. Both also allow you to take images with depth effect, but the X4 goes a step further by letting you adjust the amount of blur while taking or even after you have clicked the image. Now that we know the function of dual cameras on both these smartphones, let us take a look at some of the images and videos that I took with them. Both capture good, detailed images in ample light, but the colors from the Mi A1 sometimes tend to have a bit more green tint in them. In this image, X4 captured better colors and more details. Again, the X4 captured much better colors and contrast in this image. You have a 2x telephoto lens on the Mi A1, which lets you take lossless zoomed images like these. We see a lot of manufacturers putting a 2x lens on their phones. What we don't see very often is a secondary ultra-wide-angle lens like the Moto X4 has. It lets you take some very wide-angle shots and capture a different perspective of the scene than what we are used to looking at. The autofocusing on the Moto X4 is not exactly the best in the market, but it is still doing a better job than the Mi A1. This close-up shot from the A1 looks a lot better than what the X4 captured. A1 preserved the color of the sky in the background, while the X4 just blew the highlights. The subject in focus is ever so slightly sharper in the images from the Moto X4, and it also blurs out the background a bit more. Here are a few HDR shots from both these cameras. A1 is a bit more aggressive with the colors in these HDR shots, but the overall images from the Moto X4 are better of the two. Both can take good portrait mode images for the price at which they come in, but the ones from the Moto X4 are not compressed like the ones from the Mi A1. X4 also shows much less noise and better colors in the low-light portrait shots. You also get a spot select mode on the X4, with which you can take creative images like these. Now as the light goes down, or as we get into artificial lighting situations, camera on the Moto X4 starts to pull way ahead of the Mi A1. X4's images are brighter, clearer, sharper, have less noise of the two, and show much more details. A lot of the images from the Mi A1 in lower light are blurry. It has a narrower aperture, so the camera tries to keep the shutter open for a longer time to capture more light. And it also doesn't have optical image stabilization, which results in blurry images. The front-facing camera of the X4 captures much more details and sharper images, but I don't like how it handles skin tones. I think Mi A1 does a better job at handling the skin tones. Both can shoot videos in 4K resolution and lack optical image stabilization. Moto X4 is not the best at shooting videos, but the Mi A1 is just terrible at this. Even after so many software updates, the video capture from it has seen no improvements at all. So we have a clear winner in this overall camera comparison, and it is Moto X4. Mi A1 is not a bad camera at all. It performs good for a phone coming in at ₹14,000, and if we compare it with smartphones in a similar price range, it does really well. But it has no chance against the camera of the Moto X4 as we saw in this video. To be fair, there is almost 10,000 rupees price difference between these phones. So that is one of the reasons that X4 has got a better camera. If you are looking to choose between these phones based on the camera, you should definitely go with the Moto X4. It also has a better design, better internals, better camera, and IP68 water resistance rating, which I don't think any other smartphone offers at this price. But if you just have 15,000 rupees, go with the Mi A1. You get a decent phone with a good enough camera for the price. Which one of these two phones will you go with? Let me know in the comment section. If you decide to get one of these phones, I will appreciate if you get it from the link in the description section. It will help the channel a lot at no extra cost to you. That is it for this video, guys. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel for more quality tech videos like this. You can also check out some of the other videos from this channel. This has been Sagar, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.